Righty ho, my peeps. I hope you can hear me above the noise of my swamp cooler. It's in the, it's only in the 80s here now, but man, that gets hot in this little oven of a trailer I live in. So we've got our swamp cooler running pretty much 24/7 now. And it's been a long time since I've sat down and just talked to you guys. I just haven't had it in me to do this, in part because I've been feeling so shitty that I just didn't want to pass that energy on to anybody else. I do my best to pretend like things are all okay, or at least, acknowledge that they're getting better even if I've got challenges. But life has just rode me hard and put me up wet, and I am not bouncing back. I've come to you guys a couple times and said, hey, wow, I'm feeling so much better now. Well, the feeling so much better only lasts for a day or two. Then I'm back down again. And it's always some damn thing. It's either gout or just non-specific foot pain or body pain or exhaustion or, one damn thing after another. And I get sick of hearing myself talk about it. You guys don't want to hear me talk about it, I'm sure. I have a few suspicions about what might be underlying my malaise, and I am in the process of searching that down. One thing, since my mom died, and it's like my life is divided into the day I was born, the day my mom died, and the rest of it, however long it's going to be. That, man, losing your mother, boy, that changes your life up, let me tell you. Anyway, or it did mine. I mean, I've had plenty of friends who've lost their moms, and it's been real sad, and, they've had to deal with it and all that, but, it didn't really affect their day-to-day functioning. Well, my day-to-day functioning pretty much fell off the wagon and is drying out in the dirt back there a few hundred miles. Anyhow, so I got to thinking, I'm constantly complaining about pain and fatigue, tiredness, malaise, blah, blah. Well, I can't stand the sun. I have to go out in the sun during this time of year because, it's time to do yard work, which I'm not doing. I'm hiring out this year. And when I go out in the sun, I get my vitamin D. I haven't been taking any vitamins at all. I don't eat a lot of food that has vitamin D in it, like fortified milk and this and that. I absolutely cannot stand the light. I mean, just the filtered light coming in this window, it's bothering my eyes. So I've spent a year, because I didn't go out working last year, I've spent a good year inside. And I suspect I might have a vitamin D deficiency. Now, instead of just throwing vitamin C at myself, I've decided to do this relatively smarter way, and that is that I've ordered a test to check out my vitamin D levels, and it also tests for inflammation markers, because apparently vitamin D deficiency and inflammation are closely linked, and apparently. So I've ordered that, and the reason I ordered it is because I still don't have any health insurance. Although I'm trying to come up with creative ways to make that happen. But until then, I'm kind of stuck. I can't walk into the nearest Unilab and pay $1,200 for a few tests, but I can order them off of Amazon. So the vitamin D panel is kind of expensive. It's $100. But I think it is going to be money well spent to at least find out if that's my issue. Um, Still eating real shitty. Let me show you. This is lunch/breakfast. This god-awful stuff that's got 5 days worth of sodium in it. Plus, my whole grain Dave's bread, which I absolutely adore, with a ton of butter on it. And some watered down juice. Anyway, so I'm not eating well. I have a whole refrigerator full of vegetables. They've been sitting in there for a week. I had big plans. Boy, I was going to make my broccoli soup. I was going to make my roasted Brussels sprouts, and, I have all sorts of stuff in there. Did I do it? No, I did not do it. It is still sitting in my refrigerator. Just getting ready to turn. It's almost on the edge of pig food now. I don't know. So I'm struggling, and I'm continuing to struggle. And I don't like sitting here telling you that. I wish I could tell you something different, but that's just the truth. So what happens is, in order to stay, in order to put out some content and connect with you guys, I do things like a Dollar Tree recipe every once in a while, or Munch Pack, or like I've got this heated vibrating massage cushion thing over here I need to review. And, slotting in reviews and Munch Packs and hauls and that kind of stuff, recipes, that's fun, but that's not the meat of my channel. It was never supposed to be the essence of my channel. It's only been fairly recently, the past year or two, that I've known what the essence of my channel is, and it's connecting with you guys. It's just being out there in the greater community of primarily women, although I have some marvelous male subscribers and followers whom I adore, and you guys know who you are. And just to be out here and to connect this way. I've had so many people tell me that they look forward to my videos, and that they enjoy just listening to me talk, and that somehow what I have to say is validating. That is the meat of my channel. And here lately, I've had a lot of you guys have shared old videos with me that I've done that pertain to something that I'm talking about currently. And so I've gone back and I've looked at a lot of my old videos, and dang, I mean, that's what I want to keep doing, that kind of stuff where, like this, where I just talk. How many minutes am I at? Oh, I'm going to try to just go to 10 minutes. I'm a little over 8. Anyhow, so the reason I haven't just talked is because I haven't had anything brilliant to say, other than I'm in pain, No. See you tomorrow. But something happened that motivated me to make this video. And that something is that I happened to check on Grav3yardGirl's channel. I'm not subbed to her anymore. I probably will resub, but I check her videos frequently, because Grav3yardGirl was my first YouTube crush. I discovered her channel early on, her and Jenna Marbles, who I also loved as well. And I just fell in love with Bunny. I think, she was what I wanted to be where YouTube is concerned. Interesting, doing different things all the time, but talking real straight to her followers, to her friends, the people that she'd met, and just sharing her crazy weirdness. And I figured, well, I'm crazy weird, so I can share my own brand of crazy weirdness, and yeah, and that's my raison d'etre where YouTube is concerned. So So anyhow, the other day I was watching it was a collab that she had done with Shane Dawson. And, well, actually, the first one I saw was her just talking like this, talking about how bad this past year was for her. She said 2017 into 2018, she says, this is the worst time of her life, worst year of her life. And she really lost connection with her YouTube family and kind of sort of lost her way. Part of what came down in that time frame was that YouTube changed all its rubrics, so her channel, her subscriptions were going down, her income was going down. She'd read articles about herself where people were talking about, what's wrong with Graveyard Girl's channel? Is her channel dying? Stuff like that. And she certainly isn't the only one. So many of the big players in YouTube have lost huge chunks of revenue because of the tightening up of the advertisement parameters and that sort of thing. It's been a big, big deal with big YouTubers and with real small YouTubers because, now the thresholds are higher before you start getting paid or those sorts of things. So, it's really affected YouTube at both ends. I haven't found myself affected by it because I'm up over the thresholds, but I'm not a big YouTuber, so I sort of don't notice it. Anyway, so she had all this stuff going down, and she was losing herself, losing her YouTube essence, and just feeling bad about the content she was putting out, and the fact that she wasn't doing it on a daily basis anymore, and just really going through this existential crisis, So she talked about it a little bit in a video, and then the next video I saw was really fascinating. I don't know how many of you guys know who Shane Dawson is, but he's a big, huge YouTuber. Well, and about maybe a little bit younger than Bunny, but young in 20s. Well, he did a collab with her where he went to her home in Texas and he interviewed her. So she kind of walks him around the house a little bit, but she didn't want much videotaping going on in her house. Finally gets into her YouTube room that's got all of her doll collection and all her crazy stuff, and she's showing him all her stuff. Then they go into her bathroom and they sit down on the side of her bathtub. And he starts to ask her questions about, what's going on? Why are you feeling the way you do? Blah, blah, blah. Go watch that video. If you've ever followed Bunny Meyer, Gravyard Girl, or you're following her now and you haven't seen it, watch it, because when somebody else has the camera and is asking her questions, it's like all of her, and she doesn't have much of a facade. I mean, she's very real, but you see a very different side of her. All of her vulnerability was showing, and she was just, talking, and she cried several times about all of the stuff that's going on in her life and her YouTube life and how it makes her feel and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, damn, I am going through the same damn thing. Well, I don't have a big time YouTube buddy to come and interview me, but it's like, I feel you, girl. I know exactly what you're going through in my own little 10,000 subscriber way. So I thought, you know what, I need to do this video and just talk to you guys about what I'm going through. Oh hell, I'm at 14 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up. So anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on for me, and I'm still working through all of this. There's so many things I want to do. I've got a big ass list of all these YouTube videos that I want to do for you guys, all sorts of stuff that I find interesting. Like I'm putting together my 10,000 subscriber giveaway pack right now, and I want to show you guys what's in my giveaway. I'm going to do that video. I want to talk to you about my upcoming trip to the East Coast. I'm going to be doing a road trip with Grant. I'm not going to drag a trailer. We're just going to take our car and drive back east. We're going to stop and see his kids in Nebraska. Then we're going to jam on up to Vermont, where we're going to spend 3, 4, 5 days. I don't know how long it's going to take, looking at property and kind of driving around the state. We're giving very, very serious consideration to leaving California, more or less, and moving to Vermont, buying it's like a small farm or something there. So, I've got that going on. I've got my youngest kid going off to college. I mean, he's been in junior college since he was 17. He's 37 now, okay? So he has been dicking around in junior college for 20 years. Well, finally decided what he wanted to do, really worked on it hard the past couple of years, and now he's transferring to a 4-year university. And, I mean, in some ways he's 37. You know, he's a grown man, does his own thing. But in some ways he's like 19. So I'm finding myself being a helicopter mom, you know, just hovering over him, usually when he doesn't need it. But I can tell he's kind of getting a kick out of the fact that I'm doing this. So when he goes up to college, the first week of August, I'm going to go up with him. Not with him, but I'm going to drive. He's going to drive his car. I'm going to drive my car. I'm going to get a hotel room for a week, and motel room probably, and just kind of hang out and just sort of be there. I don't know, just kind of be there. If he wants to tell me about how school's going, or just wants to call me and just know that I'm in the neighborhood for a little while, and then I'll come on home and I'll see him again at Christmas. So. Big change in my world. So there are lots of things I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm not going to do it right now. But this video is just to let you know what I'm going through, why I'm not putting out as much content as I used to. I feel like I'm more drawn to doing my card reading for some reason than I have been doing this, and I think in part it's because with the card reading videos, you don't see my face, you just see me doing the cards, and I'm talking about somebody else's life, I'm not talking about my own. So that's really easy for me to do, and while I haven't put out a card reading video in, you know, it's been a while, at least a week, I feel another like rush of those going on. And right now I'm just focusing on political figures because that interests me. However, Ms. Susanie, God bless your heart, Susan, showed me how I can do a live stream on my card reading channel, The Gypsy Mermacorn, if you guys don't already know. And I don't have to have 1,000 subscribers like I thought I did. I can't do a super chat, but I can still do, like go online and hang out for an hour or whatever and do card readings for people as they come into the room. Like you guys know, I want to eventually do that for charity. I want to set up a super chat so that people can donate if they are moved to do that. They don't have to, but if they're moved to do that. But like I said, I really want to, I said this in another video, I really want to video my ex-husband's cat setup because it's kind of crazy. You know, he doesn't live for himself, he lives for his cats. Everything in his house is about his cats. So I want to do some videos so you guys can see what you might be donating to if you're so, you know, moved to do it. And so yeah, lots of things coming up. So now I'm going to eat my really unhealthy lunch and get this edited and uploaded. And I'll come back to you when the spirit moves me next. But go take a look, if you're interested, in that interview that Shane Dawson did with Bunny Meyer. It is, for any of you guys that are like kind of losing your own way with where you want to go with your channels, you will really identify with, or at least I really identified with what she had to say. So I found it uplifting. So anyhow, bye-de-bye, and I will talk to you guys later.